It's been a while since I've done an update. I didn't get to work on this for a couple weeks. I'll show where I have so far. There's vertices now. So select those, adjust as needed. Adjust pivot. Put them individually. Collapse. There's a UV window now on the side. So you can give these things for the texture you want. Flip them as needed. Reset. There's a very, very basic handle for it. It's using the same handle as the normal one, which isn't ideal, but change when it's more important. There's a bug with this right now where this doesn't actually represent where you should be going. It's based on the UV's logo, so it doesn't quite make sense. All the textures here are loaded from your streaming assets folder, so if you wanted to change some other texture that actually works a bit better than these icons, then say let me find some. Okay, this one looks okay. Right now you have to update it manually. Just update something. So there, that's the other texture. Still set the color. These are all functions you could grab off of Pro Builder. It's an API. It's pretty handy. You can still delete faces. Rebuilding them, I currently pathfinding to find the opposite edges of these. It's not ideal because you don't get quite the correct triangles. Yeah. So this looks really off. So if you're able to do edges, it'll actually look a bit normalish. I think that's it for this part. I did add in triggers for stuff because I kind of need triggers to make things a bit more interesting. Right now they're just colliders. I plan to add other types in later, such as sound and such. Maybe line of sight. I don't know. But as of right now, they are just colliders that you can either hit by shooting something. If it's a solid, you can use on collision. It's a trigger, you can run through it. So, say you wanted this to move up every time you use the teleporter. use some decent values so you actually it's a bit more noticeable. It's at 050. It's 25, 5, so on. Wait, that's the wrong command. Oh, console, you can scroll through it now. It's a bit more handy, and especially when there's more commands, and might have been like a debug thing came up and not quite sure what it said. You can also trigger other things. This uses a ID string rather than a hash code because the hash code doesn't really say much of how everything used to be before. So let's use a moving platform as an example. If I can click on it, it's not moved yet. And let's say we just want this guy to rotate. Let's give it some odd shape so we can actually tell it's doing something. I haven't put in multiple selection for faces yet. That'll be pretty useful for UV stuff. Let's adjust this pivot to the legs, or the smaller end. Let's trigger this once after we use this guy. Not working. Oh, you are working. I just didn't set a rotation. Because I'm not paying attention. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, reset. There we go. Rotates. Like before, you can turn off gizmos. The teleporter, keep tabbing out, and you lock the cursor within this window. The teleporter does have one. I haven't wrote anything for it to look a bit nicer, so anyways, this guy gets moved, gets triggered to spin around and stuff. Where are we as well? Something convoluted. I think that's it that I have to show. Oh, almost forgot. I did put in the option to save objects in case you wanted to make something and reload it later on for another level or something. Let's see if I can make a rhombus. Alright, so save that guy. The other command called. I'm not binding anything. There. Load up another object. Duplication is in, so you can just copy repeatedly. This will work with triggers as well. That actually didn't tell you much. Where's this guy? Alright, let's move you down. All these guys will still trigger this guy. Is this the right one? 753. Nope. This guy. No, that is the right guy. 753. That's the different guy. I need to redo the UI. It's too bulky. And this is not the right position for this. It's hard to read. And this is hard to read. Search can still be reduced to other things. You can do that, or all still. There are objects you can load. I don't remember what the bind's called, or the command's called. Create custom shape. Wherever that guy is. Plane. Here you go. Can't see him. Where'd he go? He's on the other side. There he is. So this has a separate folder for itself too, so if you want to do those. Crazy. I did add something so you can add or load levels sequentially when you hit the end trigger. So, for example, this level, make sure, okay, for this level, when you shoot that wall, I'll bring you to the next level. Which is this? Um, what was a level called? I actually need to have this display the current levels, but I also need to get away from the console a bit more, so it shows what files are available off of the GUI instead of doing all console stuff. It gets hard to read it eventually. Oh, I did add a search for item. Say we want to look up, see what common numbers here. Alright, let's look for the ID. Only the last set 14. So search dash 14. And only those guys come up. Search for nothing and it clears it. Search for P's. You did multiple searches, so let's see, search P and -2, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's correct. It's including all of those. I should add a nested search though, because sometimes you might have a crap ton of things and you want to keep searching. So I'll do something about that. Still do proximities. I think that's about it. Thanks for taking a look.